parent who does not buy school supplies.
Ain't no other kid my responsibility.
When you was in Target buying all that stuff trying to decorate your classroom, sweetheart, you didn't stop and get you some Lysol and some hand sanitizer?
Teacher asked for a whole lot of shit.
They're really banning phones.
I don't care. I'm bringing my phone to school. How the hell are y'all gonna try to stop people from wearing wigs?
That is so unacceptable. Like, y'all pay for my phone?
We still gonna be on our phones because we just don't give a
$50.
You guys don't give a crap about kids.
Cause there's about to be no more teachers left in this classroom thanks to y'all fucking selfish ass parents.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Sandy. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome back to another episode of The World is Ghetto. Yes, y'all, welcome back to another episode. As y'all know, for those who watched the previous video, I stated that I was gonna take a little mini break. My brother was in town, so I had to enjoy my time with my brother. And by the way, that vlog drops tomorrow at /by_Sandy Live, my vlogging page. Make sure you sub up, because yes, I was having to take a break to be with my family. Okay, so with that being said, today's topic, for those who don't know, the back to school shenanigans are back. The kids are back going to school, so the parents are complaining about extra supplies. The kids are crashing out because the phones are being banned. Like, literally, they're crashing out. We have the teachers, we have different people's opinions about what is going on when the school year has started, and a lot of laws are in place. So this is about to be a roller coaster, so I hope you guys are ready for this one. Without further ado, I hope you guys are well today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, my dear ones. Y'all know what's up. We're meeting down in the comment section because what? The conversation continues for sure. So with that being said, I hope you guys are ready. Let's get right into it.
So I'm going to say this since no other parent is saying it, and I'm definitely qualified because I have 5 children. I have 2 sets of twins and a teenager. I'm a parent who does not buy school supplies. Yeah, you heard me right. I do not buy school supplies, and let me tell y'all why. For one instance, I buy all this school supplies for my kids. They take some of it to school, and the teachers take all of the supplies and tell the kids don't write their names on it. What? That's supplies that I bought my kids. And no offense, I'm not trying to share with no other kids. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to share, okay? And this was before the economy got bad. I bought it just for my kids, okay? Another bad experience I had with school supplies. My daughter took the school supplies to school. It wasn't the brand that the teacher wanted. So she still took the school supplies from my child, put it up, and said, no, you're going to use the brand that I bought. Okay, cool. Then you buy school supplies, okay? I won't send nothing. I won't send nothing at all, okay? You don't got to worry about this parent right here. I won't send nothing. Third instance, I used to homeschool back in maybe 2020, 21, somewhere around there when, you know, COVID was popping, right? Do you know the school district didn't give me anything for my homeschool program? Because that's what they call it, a program, okay? They didn't give me nothing. So since they didn't give me anything for my program, and then when they entered back into your program, I'm not buying nothing. Anything that my kids need to succeed, you provide everything, okay? I'm not providing anything but the body, and I'm barely doing that. You better be glad I'm doing that. And then also, when your child goes to a Title I school, that means the school gets grants, okay? The school gets grants to buy school supplies, computers, books, tablets, all this kind of stuff, right? Field trips, all of that. I don't pay for field trips either. I don't pay for anything. You want them to be there, you're going to provide everything, a full ride scholarship, okay? All right, just like in college. So again, I am one of those parents who strongly believe in not buying any school supplies. You can take me down in the comments. I don't give not one rat's ass, giraffe ass, my ass, the neighbor's ass, no ass, okay? I do not buy school supplies. That is all.
How about you motherfucking teachers get y'all lazy asses the fuck up during the summertime and go stand up in these motherfucking lines if y'all want these kids? There's no parent in this world that is sending their kids to school and their kids don't have paper all year. Their kids don't have pencils all year.
Just so we're clear, I'm expected to take a bullet for little Johnny and his classmates, but little Johnny's mother does not see it fit to provide for the community with some Clorox wipes, some tissues, maybe an extra pack of pencils. Like that's what we're going with right now. I have to make the ultimate sacrifice for the community, the school, but little Johnny's mother does not think that she has to make any sacrifices for the community. I just want to make sure I'm clear on this.
This is for all the teachers. How about y'all go to some of these back to school events and get some of those free book bags and some of those free pencils and things of that nature for your classroom, and stop asking the parents. Go to some of these events, teachers. I said what I said.
Oh yeah, and when it comes to back to school shopping, get what you gonna get for your baby and write their name all over it if you want to do that. Like, I hate every back to school year y'all get to talking about oh, don't do that, this is for the community, this is for the class. No, it's not. Just how this mother, this father, this grandma, this auntie, this uncle went out there and provided for their kids, whoever's, you get what I'm saying? The same person could do that. And it's like, y'all be trying to be like, oh, well, not everybody's fortunate enough. The church be having school drives. There be random school drives hosted by community leaders. And if the people can't get to that as a school district, why aren't you providing these kids with what they need? I'm confused. You are not obligated to provide anything for a class. Just how y'all saying, oh, it's people who's less fortunate. It's people who kids got the shit and their parents was less fortunate, couldn't really afford it, took their last $20, went to Dollar Tree and loaded their kids up with what they could. And you mean to tell me that you're finna take something out this baby backpack and be like, oh, this is for the class? No, it's not. It's for Caden, Ace, and Junior. Thank you.
I seen a post where this woman was saying, stop putting y'all names on the kids' school supply because it's just not for your kids. I don't have money to help Sally, John, Lucy. Baby, my money, what I spend on for my kids is just for my kids. Everybody is going through. We don't have the money to be trying to help other households. On top of that, y'all be putting stuff on the list for the teacher. My kids' list got 4 boxes of Kleenexes. Imagine every single kid in the classroom of 20 bring 4 boxes of Kleenexes on top of the Lysol spray and wipes. It is insane how they don't understand. Everybody is still going through. Everybody is going through something. I feel like people who are in position to help, I'm pretty sure they don't mind helping. But it's a lot of us that can only do for our kids. My kids that I had, that my responsibility. Ain't no other kid my responsibility. It is my job to make sure my kids have everything that they need for school, and that's it. So anything on that list outside of that, I'm not sure I'll be able to do it, baby.
You should definitely be writing your kid's name on their school supplies. As a former educator, I would highly recommend writing your kids' names on their school supplies. That way, when the teacher goes to the community closet, we can all know who it came from. And I can read and say, oh, this came from Johnny. Look, everyone, Johnny got us this new bottle of hand sanitizer. Everyone say, thank you, Johnny. And the kids go, thank you, Johnny. And then Johnny feels appreciated. He knows what it feels like to contribute to a community that he is a part of. Now his friends get to say, thank you. Thank you for contributing to our community. What a great friend. Everybody wins. Have a great school year.
I feel like when it comes to the school supplies, if every student in the classroom is bringing the supplies that was listed, why is it that everybody have to combine everything together and share? Then when the teacher also requests her little list of the things that she need for the whole classroom, when you was in Target buying all that stuff trying to decorate your classroom, sweetheart, you didn't stop and get you some Lysol and some hand sanitizer? My responsibility as a parent is to only take care of my child, to supply what my child needs in order for him to learn in school. All of that extra stuff, I don't care to do that, and I don't want to do that. And then let's not forget, you go spend all that money buying all that stuff that the school listed what your child needed, and a lot of that stuff they don't even be using. And don't even be sending it back home.
I don't got no kids and I ain't no teacher, so I'm gonna just say it. I don't got no dog in the fight, but I'm gonna say it because they don't want to say it because they got jobs, because they teachers, and some of y'all as parents. Y'all are piss poor. You're poor. You're piss poor. Financially and parentifically. Piss poor. What the fuck are you talking about? Why do I need to buy an extra pack of pencils for the classroom? First of all, y'all do not be going supply shopping twice a year, first of all. So you telling me your kid's supposed to keep 1 pack of pencils for the whole year? Why you act like you've never been kids before? Bitch, I never had a pencil. And my mom definitely bought school supplies. Never had a pencil. Never. You've never borrowed a pencil? How are you borrowing pencils if there's never any extra? If everybody only has 10 for the whole school year, how are you borrowing pencils at the end of the year? What are you talking about? Not talking about some, oh, I put my kid's name on it. Okay, and your kid also flushed their Legos down the toilet at your house. You think they hanging on to one pack of pencils because their name is on it? They can't even read. They can't even keep their fucking Legos safe under your watch, bitch. You're poor. That's what the answer is. The pack of pencils is $1.50. You don't have $5 for to designate just to the pencils? But you smoked up that fucking eighth, bitch. You definitely did that, and I seen you bitches in the club all summer. All summer, y'all was popping it. And y'all wasn't in the nigga sections. Y'all talking about some bitches bought the bottles. Y'all had money for that babysitter every time you want to go out. You have an extra $50. Yes, the fuck you do. Don't get your lashes done that month. And the money you would have spent for the lashes, that's the whole year's worth of extra supplies. Y'all don't want to invest in your kids because you don't give a fuck. Yeah, unfortunately, that's what it is. No one's saying you have to buy 5 packs because she asked for 5, but you could get 2. Stop. Y'all the same parents who kids is falling behind. You're confused about that. You're confused as to why your kid is always in detention. You're confused about why your kid... Why are you always so confused? What's confusing about this? What is confusing? Well, the taxes. Why do we pay taxes then? Why do I pay taxes for... Okay, if we pay taxes and the taxes should be... The schools should be funded with their own pencils. And they should be funded by only people with kids. How about that? No, let's wake it up. No, let's wake it up. Why am I paying for your snot-nosed ass kids? You're on welfare. Give my money back. I want the fucking stamps, bitch. You see how weird it gets when you start making everything about one individual person? Your kids are communal by nature anyway. They would let their friend borrow the pencil with their name on it, just so you know.
To school time, and I'm about to go pick up all the stuff for my kids. But here's the thing. I've been noticing lately, when people are doing their back to school shopping, everybody's complaining. And my thing is, listen, it is the end of August. I will give you anything to take my kids. I'll get you a yellow binder, I'll get you a red binder, I will tie-dye some shit. You take these kids out of my house, I'll get you whatever you want. I'm telling you right now, if there was a teacher said, you know what, I need some Tide, I'm gonna get you some Tide. You can put whatever you want on that list. All you people say, I'm not gonna pick up any Kleenex for the class. Oh, you can't give that teacher a Kleenex. These teachers have been making plans to teach your kids, and you're all complaining about some pencils? Some pencils? Are you kidding me? Do you know how much I would pay them just to get my kids out of my face? That's number one. Number two, I have spent hours of my life teaching my dog math and history. I don't know anything about history, and there's a lady somewhere willing to teach my daughter about some history, and she wants a yellow binder to do it. I'm gonna get that bitch a yellow binder. I'm gonna fill up a cart with just stuff. You know what? Stuff that isn't even on that list. What is this? Is some orange juice? No, you want some super glue? I'll get you some super glue. I'll get you as much super glue as you want, because you're going to teach my kids. And guess what that means? I don't have to teach my kids. All you parents going on, I'm spending so much money. Oh yeah, and guess what? You don't think those teachers are spending money? They are going to spend 9 hours a day. They're not even allowed to hit your kids. You hear what I'm saying? Do you know how many times you hit your kids this summer? They're going to be with your kids every day, teaching your kids, and be like, oh, you know what? You want a microwave? I'll get you a microwave. I'll get you a microwave. You put it on the list. I'm going to put a microwave in here. There's a teacher somewhere that could use them. I'm going to get somebody a microwave. Teacher, you want a mat that says hello on? I'll get you a mat that says hello. There's a teacher going to get a lot of presents this year. I am telling you, what is wrong with people? These teachers have to put up with your kids for an entire year. And all you guys got to say, I don't want to buy the pencils. Buy the pencils. All you want is some pencils? And you're going to teach my kids all this? I'll get you some pencils. I'll get you a pencil sharpener. I'll get you whatever you want, because this is ridiculous.
See, I can't be a part of this school supply debate, because anything my son's teacher asks for, she can get it. She want a fucking mini fridge? You can have it. You want a microwave? You can have it. You want a fucking ice machine? You can have it. You want me to buy you 4 fucking tires? You can have it. You want me to go half with you so you can take your kids to Disney World in summer? You can have it. You know why? Because she has my baby 40 hours a week. She's teaching him good values and good morals. Like,
teachers, we need teachers. Teachers are the backbone of society. Anything his teacher needs, she knows she can call me first. I let every teacher every year know, anything you need, call me and you're gonna have it, babes.
Y'all had me thinking that the school supplies was like $200 a pencil. Are we tweaking? Y'all, you can buy an extra, you can buy an extra colored pencils. Come on.
$36. I just left Walmart and spent $36. That is how much Dylan's school supplies cost. $36. Hold on, I'm lying. They were out of composition notebooks and 2 pocket pronged folders. So I had to order them on Amazon. I spent $13.67 on Amazon. Here's the crazy thing. I had rewards on Amazon because I shopped so much. So I used my rewards and I only paid 71 cents. And the camp gave the kids a $20 gift card. I used the $20 gift card. Trash. Not everybody has rewards. Not everybody has a gift card. $50. I spent $50 for the school supplies that my child's school requested. $50. Y'all are on this internet complaining about spending $50 to invest in your child's year-round education, and you've been eating crab boils all fucking summer. You done got your hair done, nails done, feet done. Did you not just go to Cancun with the homegirls? Did I not see you at the hookah bar more than once over the summer? Fuck out of here. What is wrong with y'all?
I spent $226 on my daughter's school supply list. The teacher asked for a whole lot of shit. Everything from Kleenex to Lysol wipes to quart containers to coffee paper. And you know what? I bought every single motherfucking thing on this list. And then I crunched the numbers because I'm a numbers person, right? $226 divided by the 10 months my baby will be in school is $22.60. $226 divided by the 180 days that my baby's going to be in school is $1.25 a day. And guess what? I went above and beyond on this list. She asked for 2 boxes of Kleenex. I'll get you 4. She asked for 1 ream of copy paper. Baby, don't worry. I got you 6. She asked for some safety scissors. I got her 4. Then she had these wish list items. She wanted snacks. She wanted baby wipes. She wanted some small water and drinks for the kids. I got her 2 boxes of snacks, 2 cases of water, and then a bunch of baby wipes that I'm about to coupon. And you know what? I'm not labeling shit. The most expensive thing on this list was the Kinder mat, and I went above and beyond for my daughter. It was like 50 or 60 bucks. This is a nap. This is a mat they take a nap on. But if I wouldn't have got that, it probably would have been a lot less. And if I wouldn't have gone above and beyond because somebody's got to take care of your fucking kids who you're not getting fucking school supplies for, I probably would have spent $100 for 10 months, 180 days instead of paying $1,000 or $2,000 a month on daycare. I spent it on school supplies. Now, of course, I'm gonna check in with my child's teacher and make sure throughout the year, hey, you need this, you need a refresher on this. But the fact that we have sat on here on this app for 3 weeks and acted like we are spending an arm and a leg on school supplies, well, I have all these different kids, $1.25 a day. You are saving money on childcare. I am getting these teachers what they need, and I'm not labeling nothing because if the teacher says she needs 3 fucking glue sticks, she needs them 3 fucking glue sticks plus some. And that is great. People are gonna go, oh, you want a cookie? No, my cookie is knowing that my child is gonna go to school, be well taken care of, and have the stuff that she needs for a successful school year. Wrap this conversation up.
Bitch, y'all just lazy. Y'all on this motherfucker complain about school supply. You want the teacher to raise the baby, teach the baby. Damn, you want the teacher to buy back school clothes too? Teachers already don't get paid. Y'all, I'm telling you the fucking truth. Warehouse jobs make more than teachers sometime, and I'm not bullshit. Man, don't you know in some states the garbage man make more than the fucking teachers? You want them to supply your kid, bitch? Don't you know if they gotta supply your kids, they gotta supply all. So you mean to tell me you want this teacher to supply 25 students fucking school supplies? Have you lost your motherfucking mind? Stop being lazy, bitch. Go be a parent. Y'all so goddamn lazy. You already hand the baby the motherfucking tablet. You ain't raising them. Fucking Coco Melon is raising the baby. Miss Rachel watching the baby while you sleeping shit. What the fuck you did with your tax money, bitch? Just ran that shit to the club, buying the motherfucking bottles. Buy that baby a bottle of fucking pencils, bitch. Y'all is the most laziest motherfucking unfit parents of generation I ever seen in my motherfucking life. Y'all complain about everything and don't do shit. Go dance your ass in Walmart just like King did. Get that fucking list and buy it, bitch.
After hearing that lady on TikTok this morning saying she don't send her kids with no type of school supplies because she feel like it's the school's responsibility to supply the supplies. Now, mind y'all, she have 5 kids. After hearing that, I was like, let me get my ass up and let me go over to Walmart to go get extra supplies to send over to my school, not my school, but my kids' school for the school year, right? And if they need more, guess what? I'll be more than happy to supply it. So I end up just getting a couple things like color pencils. I end up getting colors. I end up getting papers, erasers. I also ordered more pencils on Amazon. I bought 300 pencils on Amazon and also 48 glue sticks. To me, it was just a little bit more cheaper to do it like that. And I went over to get like some disinfectant wipes. Is it the name brand? No. Is it going to work the same? Yeah. I'm pretty sure the teachers are just happy to have whatever name brand or not. And honestly, I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out what type of tissue to get, and I was like, let me just go with this one. All right. End up getting Braylon some more of those little notebooks, and I headed over to the checkout because now I'm just hungry and I'm ready to go eat some lunch. But $86 later, and I feel like I'm satisfied.
And when there's no more fucking teachers left in the world because y'all keep fucking bullying these teachers over some fucking school supplies you had to buy for somebody else's kids to share, make sure your ass hop in front of that fucking classroom and you teach your own kids your fucking self, because it's about to be no more teachers left in this classroom thanks to y'all fucking selfish ass parents. Y'all so fucking quick to share men, but y'all can't share school supplies with other kids. That school supply list max costs about $25. A lot of kids and parents can't afford to buy their children school supplies, and y'all wonder why teachers are fucking quitting. Y'all realize that a lot of teachers want to quit every single day, but the only reason why they don't quit is because they actually give a fuck about our kids. Teachers already don't get paid shit to begin with. I don't buy school supplies to share with other kids. Do you hear how stupid and fucking selfish y'all sound? These are children. It's a fucking box of pencils that may cost you at max $1.50 at Walmart. A teacher's budget is crazy. A lot of that shit they have to pay for out their fucking pocket. So if you have to buy an extra sanitizer for the class, who the fuck cares? I have watched parents in classrooms cuss a fucking teacher out, all because the fucking teacher asked their child to put their cell phone away in class. Oh, I bought my child's cell phone. They could be on it. What? You couldn't pay me to be a teacher. There is no amount of money in the world that you can pay me to be a motherfucking teacher these days. Fuck all that.
I'm going to show y'all how y'all handle this school supply list, okay? So it says you need 4 packages of number 2 pencils, 12 count, pre-sharpened for preferred. This is one child, okay? What you gonna do is you're gonna take your butt down to Wally World and you're gonna get you a pack of pencils. The cheap ones, that's fine. And you're gonna buy you a 47-cent sharpener, okay? You're gonna sharpen them bad boys up, put them pencil cap erasers on there that they asking for, and throw them in the pencil pouch, because ain't no way they getting no 4 packs of pencils from me.
Kudos to the motherfucking public school educators, cause bitch, the way they on here complaining about these motherfucking school supplies, I've been called every motherfucking parent, bitch, you can keep that shit, don't even bring it up here, I don't give a fuck. If they have, they have. They don't, they don't. They gonna fail regardless. So I don't really give a fuck anyway. They ain't picked up a book all motherfucking something. You think I give a fuck about a crayon? I could never go back to public school. My mouth's too nasty now. And I'm real grown. When I first started teaching, I was a child. I ain't really know nothing. I'm grown now. We can do this shit round for motherfucking round, bitch. What you wanna do? Don't send the motherfucking school supply. I don't give a fuck. I'd been sending everybody a message through school dojo by this point. Fuck y'all, fuck the supplies, and find a new teacher, bitch. Since y'all got so much to say, you come up here and teach these motherfucking kids. How about that? You come teach these motherfuckers. They ain't touched a book. They ain't did no arithmetic. They ain't did shit productive all motherfucking something but set their ass on that iPad, ate all the motherfucking hot Cheetos and motherfucking Takis, and you complaining about a motherfucking crayon. Bitch, if you don't get a motherfucking grip of yourself. If I was a human parent, I wouldn't give a fuck if my child teacher asked me to buy the motherfucking moon, bitch. How many? How many? You know why? Because they deal with y'all children all day. All day they deal with y'all children all day while y'all sitting at home fucking and sucking and doing whatever the fuck it is y'all doing, because I'm gonna keep it G with you. We really taking care of y'all kids. Y'all ain't did nothing productive with these kids all motherfucking something. Nothing on an academic level. Now I gotta suffer the backlash. And you complaining about a pen hoe? Bitch, your daughter think her name is Bunny. Her name is Arabella. She don't even know her real motherfucking name. So you write Arabella on a crayon, she don't know it belong to her anyway because she don't know her fucking name and she can't fucking read. So yeah, waste your motherfucking time. Go ahead.
I'm a teacher in America. If I see a car in a parking lot that's driving around or moving too slowly, I take note of the color, make, and model of the car and try to get a picture of the license plate. I'm a teacher in America. If I hear a strange noise, I try not to look alarmed, but I'm definitely on alert to hear if there is a second one. I'm a teacher in America. I know exactly how wide my doorway is, and I know exactly how wide my tables are when they are put on their side. I'm a teacher in America. I have a master lock and a plastic bag in my closet so I can stand on the opposite side of the door and knock someone out if needed. I'm a teacher in America. I've been trained every single year for many years on how to protect your children and put their safety above my own. I'm a teacher in America. I've learned how to apply pressure and how to apply a tourniquet. I'm a teacher in America, and every year I learn the new protocol for lockdown drills, evacuation drills, and I also learn the new code words that are used in case of an emergency. I'm a teacher in America who knows what to do if your child has a seizure, if their diabetes alarm goes off, if they're struck with a migraine. But now I also have to know how to save their lives while potentially sacrificing my own. I'm a teacher in America who loves my job, even though my job has changed in ways I could have never imagined when I first wanted to become a teacher. I am your child's teacher in America. And sometimes I need extra school supplies.
I'm a former teacher, and the main reason that I feel that schools are failing and teachers are quitting is actually too much empathy. I know. How can you possibly have too much empathy? Well, let's start with the fact that I have heard, not just my school, but many schools, you cannot fail someone anymore. No matter how little work they do, no matter how much behavior problems they are, they will pass and move on to the next grade. This is where the whole line of you need to do what's best for the kids. Always keep the kids' best interest in mind. And then this is controversial then, because I feel that what's best interest for that kid is that they fail and they don't pass to the next grade and they have to come back and they are embarrassed about staying back. But then they get their act together because they realize that lesson. While others say, oh my God, you cannot embarrass them like that. You cannot hold them back. Are you kidding me? Do you know what the repercussions of them staying back? And so now two people who are saying, I have the best kid's interest in mind, but both have very differing opinions. Then student behavior is the exact same thing. We feel bad. We're like, this student is traumatized. We need to not remove them from the class because then they're not getting the same lesson that they should from all the other kids. But then why aren't we talking about that kid is throwing chairs and beating up other kids on every other day, and the teachers are being told, you need to just deal with that. We have nowhere for them to go, and so deal with it. So when a teacher is in that environment, when they know that safety is the single most important thing at all times, and now they are always on alert that their kids are unsafe just sitting in a classroom, or in my case, they were just in a gym, but at any single moment you knew that some kid could potentially really try to hurt some other kid. So now is your focus on teaching and the kids that want to learn? No. Your focus is on making sure that the other kids are safe and that few kids, in some cases, classes, is not going to kill somebody. For those of you who think I'm exaggerating, in just 1 year, I had a kid who was trying to stab people with scissors, another one who was throwing those cars, like put them in his pocket, and when he got mad, and then he was just firing them at other people. I had a kid who tried to push the mats that were stacked up real high above my height, tried to push them onto another kid. I had a 4th grader slap me in the face on the first day of school. I had a kindergartner who barely spoke any English, who had an iPad in a case, so she lassoed and she almost hit someone in the head. I came around and blocked it. Otherwise, I mean, concussion, brain damage, who knows? And in all these instances with those particular kids, they were dealt with or removed, I want to say, like that class period, and then they're right back in the next class. It's the same cycle all over again. This is why I didn't feel like a teacher anymore. I was a babysitter, making sure that the kids were safe. But trying to teach anything, out the window. And you have to realize that I do have empathy for these kids who are struggling. I do. But if we refuse to teach them the lessons that come with punishment and consequences, then we are teaching them that poor behavior is okay. We're teaching them that you don't have to try and you can behave poorly and you will still do well. That's a lesson that we are teaching them. And this is why I didn't want to be a part of it anymore.
Y'all hate teachers. It's back to school time and the content y'all posting, y'all hate teachers. A teacher said, stop sending y'all elementary age kids to school with Stanley Cup. And the comments went left. Number 1, she said they lose them. Number 2, she said they don't even drink no water. When they hit the floor, they're loud. And the comments are so crazy. Y'all will sit here and spend all that money on a cup But when a teacher asks y'all to buy some pencils or pens or paper or something like that, you got an attitude. Y'all get on this app at the end of the school year and say how many cups your kids have lost. And the teachers are saying, hey, instead of Stanley's, just go to Walmart and get something cheap. And y'all mad. Y'all hate the teachers. Y'all hate them. They with your children 8 hours out the day. And y'all gonna complain about them cups being lost, stolen, or whatever. Just don't buy the Stanleys this year. And the post was for elementary age students. She didn't say nothing about high school students. She's an early childhood educator and said, hey, let's not do that this year. And y'all in the comments mad. If your child come home with the same full cup you send to school with every day, why would you consider to send a cup? Baby, the one thing about me, 2 things for sure, I love a teacher. So if a teacher say, don't send no goddamn Stanley cup, I ain't sending it. My son lost his cup last year, the first week of school. He ain't get another cup the whole school year. Not one. And he was in middle school. I ain't got time.
You know what, teachers? Since all these parents on here complaining about their kids and these school supply lists, I'm going to tell you, you do this year, okay? When them motherfucking kids come in your goddamn classroom and they ain't got no paper, you ain't got shit neither. When they ain't got no pen or no pencil to take their motherfucking test, get them bitches a 0. Bitch, it ain't your job to supply them kids with no motherfucking school supplies. Bitch, you just want to have enough to get these kids what they motherfucking need. Because every last year in my motherfucking school days, bitch, I know I came to school and I needed a motherfucking pen. I needed pencils. I needed an extra sheet of paper. And guess who gave them to me? The motherfucking teacher. So, bitch, if your child got a motherfucking 0 on their paper because they didn't have a pen or a pencil to take their motherfucking test and they failed, just know you failed your child. Not the teacher, not the motherfucking child. You bitches want to send these kids to school with empty motherfucking backpacks and they come home with a full bag of motherfucking supplies. You have lost your motherfucking mind. If these teachers tell you to bring the motherfucking iPhone, buy that kid a motherfucking iPhone. Fuck your weave. Fuck your NFL tickets. Yes, these teachers are asking for markers on the motherfucking board because your heavy-handed ass child keep coming up to the motherfucking board breaking the motherfucking marker. Yes, they asking for cleaning supplies because your nasty ass motherfucking child leaving slob all over the motherfucking desk because he want to sleep in motherfucking class because all he knew was to be up all night on that motherfucking phone. You bought that motherfucker an iPhone 16, but you couldn't buy him no pack of pencils. Yes, the teacher asked you for some box of tissue or Kleenex because when your snotty nose ass child come in that motherfucking classroom with them snotty ass nose, who wiping the motherfucking child nose? You? Hell no, the motherfucking teacher. And y'all better be glad that ain't no motherfucker like me over this school shit because the moment you bring your kid to that motherfucking school and they don't have everything they fucking need, but they got Jordans on their motherfucking feet with these tight ass shirts, these sagging ass motherfucking pants, CPS will be knocking at your motherfucking door because bitch, that is child neglect.
And I better not see no parent complain about school supplies when their kid got a 40-inch bust down and some new Jordans and a new designer shirt and some Amiris. I don't.
Y'all can't wear wigs at school. Wigs. Like, how do y'all feel about schools banning wigs? Like, I don't know about everybody's school, but I just seen this girl video and she was talking about how her school just dropped their little rules or whatever for this year, which every school got rules. And one of them was they can't wear wigs. Like, I don't know. I will walk in with like a blue with some type of wig on. Knowing me, I'm gonna walk in with some type of wig on because it's like, be fucking for real. That messes up for like people that got like problems with their hair or like even like cancer or some type of disease that make you lose your hair. What if they wear wigs because of that? They still can't wear wigs? Like, that don't make sense. Stopping kids from wearing wigs not gonna help the education. The wigs are not blocking the brain cells, I promise. Like, I don't understand why they said kids can't wear wigs at school. Like, that don't make sense. And that would fuck me up a little bit because I love my wigs. I get free wigs, bitch. What? Free hairstyles all around, all school year. Bitch, I will definitely be wearing my wig. Well, I'm not even in school no more, so let me stop. But I'm just letting y'all know that they on that bullshit. No hoodies, no hats, no none of that. No do-rags, no none of that.
Forget telling y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. Southside High School in Fort Smith, Arkansas, literally updated their Southside High School dress code reminders. Okay, here we go. And under head coverings, hats, and etc., they literally say down here, no rollers, picks, or wigs, wraps, bandanas, wigs. No wigs? How the hell are y'all gonna try to stop people from wearing wigs? Like, at this point, y'all might as well just say no black people. Like, y'all literally just said wigs.
No rollers, picks, wigs, wraps, bandanas, blankets, or hoodies. Hoodies? These kids gonna be cold as hell. You mean to tell me these kids can't wear hoodies or wigs? Bandanas, I get that. But wigs? Hoodies?
Down there in the pink parentheses, you'll find the head coverings. I see rollers, bandanas, headbands, etc. Okay. But baby, I see wigs. Wigs is on the list. So girls cannot wear wigs at this school. Now, I guess my question is, what does a wig have to do with education? Yeah, nothing. And what does a wig have to do with certain type of activity? I'm not understanding this. And then I want to know, how are y'all going to decipher a wig from a sew-in? Because, you know, a sew-in and a wig can go hand in hand if it's put in right. I just want to know how they're going to decipher. Are they going to make you lift it? Like, I want to see how this plays out. I don't see this going well, but we're going to see. Now, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not in the school district. I'm nowhere near it. But I just want to know. It's weird to me. How y'all feel about that? If your child school district sent home a letter saying they cannot have wigs, how would you feel? I don't care. Personally, my daughter's in college, and when she wouldn't, she didn't really need a wig. She just wore them for convenience. And then I have 2 sons, so that's not an issue here. But I just want to know. Because if I did have a child of age in this said school district, I would kind of feel some type of way, because a wig doesn't affect my child's school.
I think it's weird that little girls in middle school are wearing wigs and eyelashes. Who they trying to impress? The teachers? Mothers. We gotta stop letting them do this, man. They learning this from y'all. What's going on?
Now, this ain't none of my black ass business, but I'm finna ask anyway. Who letting these little 12, 13, 14-year-old, 15-year-old girls get full lace wigs? When I was in high school, we had ponytails, and we fanned them motherfuckers out with the Pro Style gel, and you couldn't tell us shit. Okay.
People are in the comments literally acting like it's foreign to wear weave to school. Like, to just target wigs as if these other races not wearing extensions and bond-ins, whatever the hell they want to call them. But if that's an issue, I really feel like there should be no acrylics, and there also shouldn't be no eyelash extensions. Like, wigs is just like, how the hell does wig stop you from learning? How is that a distraction? Not only that, braids too, like braids with the added hair, the knotless braids and the boho, like all of that should be included under that. Like y'all just did, they literally just attacked wigs. Like, the comments are literally asking if it applies to teachers. I mean, it's part of the dress code. Don't they have to abide by that too? Like, I don't know. So I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna look at the page and keep updates, because they are getting a lot of little backlash about that, but I don't think they care.
Every school year, you raggedy motherfuckers come on somebody's social media app and complain about what the teachers require for their fucking classroom to be successful, completely negating that these fucking teachers spend their own paychecks on your raggedy ass, undeserving ass children. Okay? If you don't want to pay for things that require classrooms, stop having fucking kids. It's funny how I am an auntie, never had children, but I fully understand what it takes to run a classroom. And I'm super grateful for the teachers who sacrifice not only their life, but their financial status to make sure that these babies move forward. But instead, you're worried about 4 boxes of fucking tissue. But when they at home with you, all you do is complain about how they eat up all your fucking food. But you complaining about tissue? Like, make it make sense. Have you seen a child blow their nose? You want to have kids, but you don't want to have none of the responsibility of what it takes to raise a child, and you want everybody else to bear that fucking responsibility. Many of you guys are shitty ass parents, and you don't deserve to have been able to procreate. Stop complaining about what these fucking teachers need for their classrooms. Otherwise, homeschool them little bitches. All right? Homeschool them and then see what it takes to run a fucking classroom, since you got so much to fucking say. FYI, my mother was a teacher, and I'll knock your head off when you start talking about fucking teachers, bitch. Have a great day.
All right, y'all boys, it's official now, bro. In the state of Texas, you cannot have your phone out at school at all. It's an official law now, bro. But I'm not gonna hold y'all boys, bro. Do you really think that's gonna stop these students, bro? Like, dead ass, bro. Do you know how many teachers and parents been telling us to stay off our phones at school? And did we ever do it? So you think this fuck ass law gonna stop us? No, bro. We still gonna be on our phones because we just don't give a fuck, bro.
I don't care. I'm bringing my phone to school. Because tell me why my state, they voted and won to ban phones at school. And I don't care, baby. My phone, y'all gonna be sitting up there. I'm gonna sit up there in y'all face, typing on my phone, typing away, and scrolling on TikTok. Because ain't no way I can't have my phone in school. It's too many people to not have my phone in school. Like, what if an emergency happened? I get y'all so y'all can use the teachers and go to the office. But if somebody is actively, then I'm calling my mama. What you talking about? I'm jumping out the window and I'm calling mama to come get me. Cause y'all must be out of your rabbit old mind, or y'all don't think that I'm having my phone in school. And I gets down. I don't play. If I can't have my phone, guess what? I'm having my iPad that has service on it. And what about it? What you gonna do? Take it? You ain't pay for it unless you start paying my phone, but you can't touch this phone. Cause baby, ain't no teacher even dare to try to take my phone. They know how I get down. Like, you ain't pay this phone bill. You don't pay none on this phone. You don't pay on this phone. You don't pay for this phone. You ain't pay for this phone. My grandma did. So if you want this phone took, call my grandma.
Oh my god, they're trying to ban phones. I don't know if this is my school district only. Like, no, my mom actually bought me this phone to keep in contact with her. That was like the main sole purpose, the main reason, you know? That is so unacceptable. Like, y'all pay for my phones, you pay for my phone, and you're gonna take it away from me for like 8 hours in a day? No. Like, I can have my phone in class. I can, and I'm so sorry. No. If there's a family emergency, yeah, guess what? My mom's gonna call me. My mom's gonna call me. She's not gonna wait 30 minutes for the office to get me out of the school. Like, I've heard that other school districts and stuff like that have completely already banned phones, and like you can't even have a phone at school. Like, I get it. You don't want the phones on during class being a distraction, you know, stuff like that. Like, I totally get it. But just like make the kids put the phone away. Like, trust me, I love my phone so much, but I'm not on it all the time in class, like, you know? And personally, if there's a kid on their phone in class when they shouldn't be, that's their fault. Let them face their consequences when that test comes or whatever. Like, if they're that concerned about kids failing and stuff like that because they're distracted from their phones, maybe let them learn their own lesson rather than taking away the phones from everyone. Trust me, I'm guilty of it. I've been on my phone too during lectures and stuff like that. But that's on me. If I fail my test, that's on me. Like, I swear, if my school takes my phone, square up.
Now, do we really think that this is gonna work, bro? So obviously, if you haven't seen the news, Texas has now made it official that phones are now banned from school entirely. You can't use it in the hallway, you can't use it in the classroom, you can't use it during lunch, you can't use it anywhere in school, right? But do they realize that school teachers don't give a shit? Like, as long as we get them through the lesson, after the lesson, they don't give a shit. They still gonna let us be on our phones anyways. And I bet you they won't care in the hallways either.
Bro, they're really banning phones? Like, are we for real? I won't be able to have my phone out in school no more? That's what you're telling me? You're telling me when I get to class and the class hasn't started yet, I won't be able to be on my phone till the teacher starts the lesson? Not even that. I'm not gonna say I cheated or nothing in class, but like, my grades might just flop now. Like me and my homies. That's helped us so much. We're all in this together. I don't want to hear none of y'all backing out of it now either. Okay? We did that. But still, this is crazy. Ashley been in phones.
And I don't know why every year, at the beginning of every year, school districts and schools, administrators and principals make that announcement on the internet, or like in general, that phone's not allowed and we put the phone in the pouches. They know they're not even gonna follow the rules. And then we in high school, you think I'm not gonna have my phone? I might need my phone for real. Now them little kids understand because they ain't got nothing to be talking about. But me, I'm grown, I gotta figure out my ride. They might call me into work. And then they be strict on it for like what? The first 2 weeks that we done? They just be talking to themselves. They will be getting these fake phones. School not even interested in put my phone away. I know how to pay attention. Don't even worry about it. Keep teaching.
I don't know if you guys heard, but this year they're trying to ban all phones, all headphones, any type of personal electronic device packed up, bro. And my thing is like, I don't know why school does this every year. And what I'm saying about every year, they do this literally every year. Last year they tried to do that shit. For the 3 months, they were kind of staying up business like, oh, get your phone out. And then they just didn't listen, bro. No one listened. And then they just got tired of telling people. And it's like, bro, why do y'all do this every year? Don't damn well, I'm not gonna listen, bro. I'm gonna have my headphones on. I'm gonna be on my phone because logically it makes no sense, bro. You're gonna be at school for 8 hours and realistically you're only learning for 2 or 3 hours. Most of the time you're out there just doing nothing. Like you finish your work, you're doing nothing, bro. So what do you want me to do? Go play Chromebook games? Y'all been that shit too. So there's literally nothing to do. So of course I'm gonna get on my phone. Why would you get mad at that? And for people that do like be on their phones while they're supposed to do the assignments, like bro, that's their own choice to fail. It's just like the real world. When you go out in the real world and you just want to bullshit, you're gonna fail in life. No one should have to force you to lock in, bro. If you don't want to lock in, that's your fault. That's your consequence. You shouldn't get mad at other people because it's like, bro, why are you on your phone? If they don't care about school, that's them, bro. Like you feel me? Just let them be on the phones. It's not that deep. And regardless, they're not gonna listen, bro. You guys gonna have to see me at the office every single day because I'm not listening to that bullshit. Get the bro.
Let me tell y'all, move out of Florida right now. Move out. Because this no phone law for school is gonna have you like this in every single class. Because you can't even have your book bags with you. You can't even take it to the bathroom with
punch
you.
it in.
You can't even take it to lunch with you. I had to be with my brother, guys. I had to talk to my brother. Out of everyone in that school, I stood with a person I live with every day. Yeah. Cut the girls.
Why did I just find out that phones are getting banned in school? Basically, if you get caught on your phone, a teacher or administrator could take your shit. The fuck you mean? My phone? My cellular device? Hell nah, you crazy. I'm finna be hiding that shit in my fucking ass cheeks. And to be honest, either two things are gonna happen. It's either students are gonna actually lock in and start doing their schoolwork so they don't gotta deal with this shit, or niggas gonna start bringing burners. There's no avoiding it. There's always gonna be some way students are gonna figure out how to cheat. There's seriously never a patch to cheating. There's always just some elevated way. I can honestly guarantee you that students are going to start bringing modded meta glasses and just start fucking cheating with this schoolwork through there. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't even blame students for cheating. I did it all 4 of my years. And guess what? I graduated. Some of these teachers genuinely just cannot fucking teach. But what I can say is use ChatGPT as a resource. We're in a time where we're really fucking lucky. Just use it for a resource. If you don't understand what your non-teachable teacher is teaching, then use ChatGPT to teach you. Come on, man. Talk to like you know who you think is cooked because of this new law. And that's all I gotta say for today.
One of the biggest things I'm hearing from students, and then students feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, as it relates to this no cell phone policy that Greg Abbott just signed into law, it's not so much about the cell phone policy itself. I think it's more so that students feel like there should be more focus on some of the more serious issues, such as their safety in the classrooms, having to have safety in place so there's not a lockdown, or if something is happening where there is a lockdown, they know that they're safe, they know that they can reach out, they know that they can communicate with the outside world outside of that building. So what it really sounds like is there needs to be more conversations about what this no cell phone policy will entail, how it will be carried out from district to district, will it be streamlined? I think the biggest thing is that there is this push to have this no cell phone policy, but there doesn't seem to be enough conversation about what exactly that will look like for everyone.
Glenn Youngkin, the governor of Virginia, has passed a law starting January 2026 that if your child is on any type of electronic device for more than 1 hour, the parent will be fined $7,500. That's right. And if you ask me, I think that is a great damn law, and I hope the whole United States follows suit. Some parents have allowed cell phones to raise their children, and that's why their children, if you ask me, are doing very poorly in school. They're on TikTok and Instagram. And let's not forget YouTube. Some of these kids are disrespecting their parents, hanging out with the wrong crowd, and have low attention span when it comes to absorbing information that they need to graduate from high school. Way to go, Glenn Youngkin.
I just gotta say this. Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick, and all you other assholes that are over at the Texas Capitol that just voted for kids to not be able to have cell phones last Sunday. I hope you remember that. Well, it's kind of messed up. Why is it messed up? You're always, oh, well, you know, kids need to focus. They need to stay on track. But let's not forget that last year we had 24 shootings in 2024. The highest amount of shootings this whole nation saw. School shootings. Because kids, they had active shooters on site. And the only way that they could get a hold of somebody was through their cell phones. But you want to make it a rule that they can't have their cell phones on because why? They need to focus in school. What about calling their parents to let them know they're safe? Well, you have to have their phones in a safe, secure location. You guys don't give a crap about kids. You get nothing. It's their lifeline. ET phone home. Something's gone wrong. But no, you'd rather just, what? What are you doing away with this for? Why can't kids have their cell phones? Oh, because maybe they're cheating, right? But you do nothing about pew-pew control in the schools to protect them. What, you're just going to hire more police officers so what, that they'll run? Remember Uvalde? Those cops didn't even get involved. Kids had to call their parents. They had to call the police. Let them know there's a school shooter on site. Massive floodings in on their phone systems. Oh, there's a school shooter on site. But you want to do away with their phones. And while everybody was all worried about the SB3 legal hemp in Texas, we want to be able to enjoy ourselves. This got signed into office. Got signed into the bills. And now he's got a special session on the books. And everybody's like, oh, they're gonna try to take away SB3 again. It's not even about that. It's about redistricting. They're putting into play everything that they could take away. Redistricting Texas so that they stay a Republican state. So that they can keep pushing this thing, like taking away rights from us, taking away our kids, their livelihoods, but they'll do not one damn thing about gun control. Not one damn thing. And my son was worried about that yesterday. He explained to me what if there's a school shooter, Dad? How will I get a hold of you? What, am I going to have to just get on the news while I'm at work? I'd rather him be able to have his phone to call me. But ChatGPT's doing their homework for him. Fuck you. Shame on you.
These are the 25 states with a statewide ban: Arizona, Alabama, Arkansas, California, Oregon, Ohio, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Nebraska, Nevada, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. States either require a statewide ban or strict limitation on cell phone use during instructional time. 3 states with a district level mandate, and they are Alaska, Colorado, and Minnesota. This means it's up to the districts to develop and implement their own cell phone policies, so how they're stored is up to each school. And then there are a few others that jurisdictions strongly recommend that the districts adopt cell phone use policies, but it is not mandated by law. Those are Connecticut, Kansas, Washington State, Idaho, and Washington, D.C. Alabama, North Dakota, New York, and Texas all require the students to have their phones locked away and stored. For Alabama, they have to be turned off and stored off of their person, so in a locker, car, or something similar. North Dakota, it requires phones and smartwatches to be stored away all day, with the exception for health and IEP needs. New York, they have to be stored away until class ends, either using lockers or locking pouches like yonder. Texas, they have to keep devices in secure, out-of-sight storage areas all day. There you have it. There's a full list, and there are many other states that are about to be following in their footsteps.
Reason number 2 why the July scaries can't hurt me, and I'm actually excited for this school year. This year my school is banning phones. They are banning phones. From the time the first bell rings in the morning at like 8:15 to the 2:45 dismissal bell, no phones. Not during passing period, not during lunch. Phones are gone. The policy is off and away, so they need to be off and in your book bag. I'm so excited. I can't even describe how excited I am. And to make matters even better, my admin, continuing to rule so hard, are setting this up in a way that makes it as painless as possible for teachers and doesn't make us like the bad guy. We haven't been trained on it, but they've like sent some material over the summer and like at the end of the school year to kind of like prep us for this. So basically, if we see a phone, we're supposed to give them like an infraction slip, I think, I don't know, and remind them to put it away. If they refuse, then we just go, okay, cool. They told us not to make it a big thing. Do not make it a power struggle. Do not make it a fight in front of the whole class. Just be like, okay, cool. Someone will be here shortly to take care of that for you. We send a quick little Google chat message to our admin team, and then it's out of our hands. They either come get the kid, they get the kid during passing period, they find the kid later, take him to the office. They put the phone in a locker so that the phone is not out and no longer an issue for the rest of the day. And then there's like other steps. If it keeps happening, parents get involved and blah, blah, blah. So I am so excited. They read The Anxious Generation and did all of this research and collaborated with teachers and parents to like come to this conclusion that we need to ban phones. And I can't wait. It's going to be a great year. There's going to be some like learning curves and bumps along the way, I'm sure. But overall, this is a great idea and I can't wait. And that is reason number 2 why I'm excited to go back.
Addiction when it comes to school, but other than that,
oh my gosh, they're banning freaking phones.
somebody needs to do something.
Y'all
Protest.
we need to wait till the next election.
We need phones.
Then send a message to the governor because there's nothing that we can do. We already have sent up a proposal trying. Okay? And they said nope, no phones.
So it's a they, not a she or a he.
Well, it's the government of Virginia.
I'm not living here no more. I hate it.
Now, so here's the whole thing. If you need
Hundreds of students are refusing to go into their own high school because their high school decided to ban cell phones. This is the high school that decided to ban the use of their cell phones, Madison High School. It is located in Houston, Texas, and you already know that all the students basically at this high school are not very happy about this new rule, and a lot of parents of the students are not happy about this as well. The high school stated that the reasoning as to why they decided to ban the cell phones in the first place is to hopefully stop the amount of fights that happen at this school. All the students have to turn in their cell phones before they enter the school building, and as you can see right here, a bunch of these students are starting to protest outside of the high school. Now, like I said, this situation has just started to go viral, and a lot of people have different opinions about it. Some people think that this is a very smart idea to ban cell phones, but other people think this is just not a smart idea at all, especially for safety reasons. A lot of students at this high school have come out and stated that they feel like their high school is treating them like prisoners, and they also feel like their high school's main priority is not their safety at all, especially with the ban of cell phones. This is definitely a very interesting situation, and I'm really curious to know your thoughts about all this.
I know I cannot be the only mom that is stressing out on sending your kids to school with no phone. Like, I am so uneasy for the first day of school. If you're from Uvalde, you know what happened. And we get like multiple threats during the year about, it could be, just anything. A pew pew at school or whatever. So many things go on. And I'm able to contact my daughter immediately when I see an email or when I see a post on social media. Now, this year, they're not allowed to have their phones at all. And like I said, which I understand, it's a distraction to kids, and I get it. I completely understand that. But you cannot tell me that you want me to send my child to school with no cell phone, where I have no contact with her during the day. After what happened here, no. Like, I feel so uneasy. The only way I was able to contact my daughter at the time when this happened was because a cell phone. Now, you telling me that you don't want my daughter to have a cell phone? Girl, you out your mind.
This message is for Mr. Greg Abbott, aka Mr. Motherfucking Hot Wheels. Do you really think that it's a motherfucking good idea for us to be banning cell phones with the number of school shootings that we have had in the past year? I mean, hell, they already fucking having to wear see-through backpacks because the kids, they afraid of the kids, and you know which ones I'm talking about. Is gonna come in that bitch and air that hoe out. Just last year, my kids had to call me and tell me that their school had been put on lockdown because of the threats of an active shooter, right? The first fucking thing that they did was call me and said, hey, mama, there's some bullshit going on up here. What do you want me to do? Right? And it's already sad that we even have to have this discussion in the first place. But now, since they can't have cell phones, me and my children is having discussions of if something was to go down at their school, what should they do?
It's extremely too much fucking shit going on for us to be shutting down communication between the parents and their children. So do you really think that this is a fucking bright idea to not let the children have no goddamn cell phones at school?
All right, we live in Missouri, and they just passed the law that no phones are allowed in schools, kindergarten through 12th grade, starting August 28th. What in the freaking heck? Like, my kids, one, are going to lose it, and I kind of partially agree with them. I don't think that phones should be in the classroom. They shouldn't. I feel like they should be put away. There's multiple times that my daughter's just FaceTimed me in class while the teacher is teaching, and I'm like, put your freaking phone away, but the teachers don't say anything. But in the other part of me is like, with everything that's been going on in schools recently, they should have their phones. Absolutely should have their phones. And I feel like, I don't know. This is a completely indifferent feeling. I don't know. I think I'm gonna like still allow my kids to have their phones, but be making sure that they're put away. I don't know how to navigate this, but I feel like it's gonna be a big change. It just drives me nuts that they're gonna still use their iPads. They don't require pens and pencils. So like technology is still going to be utilized all of the time. So what are we gonna do about these iPads every day? Because I would love to see pens and paper back in school.
Is anyone else tired of the school staff thinking they have the upper hand, thinking they're always right, thinking they do no wrong?
Nope, we're not tired. Why?
So for first week of school, my son gets kicked out of class.
What did he do to get kicked out of the class? There has to be a reason.
Right? He tells the teacher, I don't know what I'm doing. Looks at him, looks away, goes on about her day. A couple minutes later, she looks at my son and tells him, get off your phone. My son tells her, I don't know what I'm doing. In other words, help me. For my son to say that to her in front of everybody is a big deal because he's super shy. And I feel like that was a big percent of him. Was it okay for him to be on his phone? Probably not.
Girl, it's not a probably. It's no, he shouldn't have been on his phone.
She proceeds to tell him, get out of my class. So my son gets upset. He gets up, he grabs his things. On his way out, he tells, fuck this class.
Mama, what kind of shyness is it that he has that he was able to say fuck this class on his way out?
And slams the door. Again, that's not okay, but I can see the frustration. He's in high school. Like,
you should have left it as that was wrong what he said, fuck this class. Instead, you use but. That's an excuse for him.
It's your job. What was so hard of you just walking over to him and explaining the process to him?
Ma'am, your son is in high school, and there's usually a class, at least 25 to 30 students in a class. Do you think that the teacher has enough time to stop what she's doing and like go over there and help him right away? Probably not. Continue on.
So my son got suspended because he did that, right? What was the consequence for the teacher?
What consequences were you looking for the teacher? Like, what exactly did she do that was wrong?
My son told you that he needed help. Like, what did you do, right? Silence. But then she tells me, your son needs to learn to advocate for himself. In other words, because I'm the one telling her that he needs help, that he didn't understand the work. But I'm like, bitch, he told you he needed help twice and you did nothing. Is that not advocating for themselves? Am I tripping?
You know what? I am tired of parents like you that are making excuses for their kids about every little thing. In your video, it's like, but this, but that. He said, fuck this, but this. He shouldn't have probably been on his phone. It's always something, right? Girl, what's going to happen later on in life when they grow up and they have a job and they get sick? What are you going to do? You're going to call in the boss for them? I'm sorry, Julian can't come to work today because he's out sick. Oh, I'm sorry, Julian couldn't finish his project because of XYZ. I'm sorry, your business had to lose X amount of revenues. Are you kidding me? Like, be serious for right now. Be for real. Your kids has a mouth. They're 15 years old. They're in high school. They need to learn to speak up and advocate for themselves. Respectfully, raise your hand and say, I'm so sorry. I don't understand this concept. Can I meet you after class? Can I go to morning tutorials, afternoon tutorials? It's very easy in a respectful way. Very easy.
Whoever created that no fun policy in high school in fucking California, bitch, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Why the fuck did I just get this shit said that it says that no fucking school in California is going to be using their fucking cellular devices? Not even AirPods. Where the fuck? Look, no AirPods. What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Okay, when I'm walking from my class to my other class in the hallway, bitch, I gotta be listening to some music. I do not want to be listening to people in their fucking shit, bro. Who the fuck makes this stupid ass shit? I swear to God, this shit got me fucked up. I was having a good ass day too. Just to fucking know that my senior year, I'm gonna spend it with no phone. Is you okay? Like, I hate this shit. This shit done really just got me fucked up. Like, Is it clicking to you or not, bitch? Like, I need my phone. And then next time the hell of fucking another shooting, who the fuck is we calling? Because the fucking police takes fucking forever, bitch. So they think that I don't fucking need my phone, bitch. I need my phone because I gotta text my mommy. And I gotta watch TikToks. I gotta do a lot of stuff. So whoever made this shit, count your fucking days. Count your stupid fucking days, bro. I swear to God, this shit done got me fucked up. We can't have, not even Apple Watch. Not even the fucking Apple Watch. What is wrong with you, bro? Like, God forbid it. If a bitch is dying in the fucking classroom and she can't do nothing because she doesn't have her phone, it's your fault. Whoever created the stupid law, fuck you, bro.
I mean, I'm not too happy about it because, like, we had suffer restrictions in elementary school and all my friends said it was different in high school, so I don't know. I was expecting it to be a bit different, and I feel like there's other things you could do to make people focus on school than take away phones in class, like make class sizes smaller.
I'm fine with it because I'm not addicted to my phone, so I'm chilling. It doesn't even matter to me at all.
I mean, it does eliminate the distraction, which I did used to see a lot last year. But on the other hand, a lot of students also had their phones for like medical purposes, tracking like diabetes or contacting their parents, and now that's like more restricted.
I know like a bunch of teachers, like my health teacher last year said he wouldn't really enforce it because kids need their phones.
I feel like most people are just gonna try and like sneak their phone anyway.
The only thing I would really use my phone for during class was listening to music, which is also now banned, which I find odd.
Most people are addicted to their phone, and like, you know, getting them away from their phone like in the school days wouldn't be a bad thing.
I think it will affect me a little bit because I like have a very good interconnection with my friends. Since I have anxiety and ADHD, I have to like keep in contact with them. And it's good to know like, hey, I'm done lunch, or do you guys want to hang out or whatever? Because in a school of like, what is it, 1,500 kids? It's really hard to find a place when you don't have the ability to talk to somebody. And then I also have to listen to music, so the fact that I can't now, it really interferes with how I learn. So it's like they're not taking consider what some kids need to focus and learn in education these days.
All right, so I know I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but I have a no phone policy in my room. So all my kids bring their phones to the phone holder. As soon as they get into class, we do our lesson, and then at the end of class, if there's time left over, I will let them get their phone. However, now you may ask, why do I collect phones? Every teacher is different, but I teach math. And let me tell you, I have caught so many kids cheating, and it's not even funny. Like, I try to be nice. They're laughing because they know it's true. They're laughing because it's true. I've caught you guys so many times cheating. Yes, I caught you cheating, Jason. No way. Yes, I did. No. Let me tell you, photo math, okay? You are not smart. Oh, you are smart. but I'm just saying, I caught you cheating. Okay? They be using photo math, right? They be sending each other pictures of their homework, and I use the same work for each class. Can you please stop? Okay? I've even caught them. I caught Darwin cheating with his Apple Watch on a quiz. What do you mean when I took your Apple Watch away? Okay, so that's why I have a no phone policy in my room. And honestly, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it, but it's my classroom, it's my rules, and it just works for me. So.
Next year. If you are a parent of DCPS, baby, calm down. This cell phone policy is much needed. I already work at a school where this policy is in place. And trust me, the kids are fine. First of all, I see all these parents like, oh, but what if it's an emergency? There are a lot of options here. First of all, we don't treat your children like prisoners. So if they can't remember your number or something, we just walk them down to go get their cell phone. Magic. There's an office phone. There's a building full of adults who have their phone. I let children call their mama off my phone all the time. And y'all don't even be answering the phone. We need y'all to answer the phone. We are saving. There's a lot of things and a lot of reasons why this cell phone policy is much needed. Some of y'all daughters be in the hallway twerking and them boys be ready to expose them. Saving her reputation. Your child is getting dragged or dragging. Criminal activity. We are saving them. They can't read. We are saving them. And if I could burn the Chromebooks, I would do so. Y'all act like y'all didn't come up in the early 2000s. Where was your cell phone in 2010? You are okay. And don't give me that, oh, but it's a different world. Y'all still be sending them to school in moose knuckles. You ain't too worried. Have a good day.
Okay, the law does not say that kids can't have cell phones in Texas schools. The law says they can't use them. Well, Allie, they've never been allowed to use it. Yes, they have. Yes, they absolutely have. A few years ago when I worked in Florida, they rolled out this BYOD, bring your own device, aka school districts are too poor to pay for technology for students. So we had this great idea, them, not me, to have students bring their own devices and they could hook up to the school Wi-Fi. That just opened Pandora's box, right? That was a mess. Now let's talk about the teachers that actually are letting kids use their cell phones because they want to be the cool teacher. They don't want to teach. They do exist. They are few and far between, but they exist. I'm a former assistant principal. At an elementary school, I have a whole network of friends and colleagues that are assistant principals, and principals at middle school and high schools. It's a freaking mess. Phones are a distraction. They can lead to schmullying. There's a lot of drama with the phones and the social media. And so yes, I do think we should stop kids using them during school hours. And the law states just that. Schools have to come up with policies that they're actually going to enforce. It's holding schools accountable, not parents, to keep kids off their phones during personal hours. Now, as someone who worked in schools for 10 plus years and I trained and visited lots of schools that I trained and visited in Florida all had intercom phone systems, meaning the phones inside the classrooms could not call out or call 911. And while yes, they could call the office for help, do you know how many times those ladies were so busy they could not answer the phone? With that being said, I as a teacher and an AP want students to have a way to call 911, call for help in any kind of emergency. However, the slew of issues that phones lead to, we need to say no using them during school hours.
Bro, you're 18 and getting your phone taken away. You know, I did wonder why I still get my phone taken away.
You already know why, Darian. Your teacher has to call us to say you're always on your phone, then you're gonna lose that shit at home.
Well, I am 18 and I do pay for my phone bill and I'm an adult.
You know what? You're right. You are allowed to move the hell out. You can take care of yourself at that point then, right? Then you're allowed to go. You don't have to deal with our rules.
But like, I like living here. Like, I like
Good luck eating raw men every night.
Who the fuck says raw men? It's ramen.
Whatever.
So whoever's dumbass thought it was a good idea to make phones banned in schools in some states, it's not going to work. And you're probably wondering a couple things. Number one, why the fuck do I got a wig cap on my head? Doesn't fucking matter. Stop asking questions. Stop being fucking nosy. I didn't want to do my hair. This was the second alternative. And the second thing is, how do you know this? Well, let me fucking tell you. So my first year and a half of high school, I went to a school where phones were banned. And when I say banned, I mean banned. I don't mean, oh, you just can't have it out for the day. I went to a middle school like that. Bitches didn't listen. You had to put your phone in a yonder pouch. Now let me tell you about that yonder pouch, boo. Nobody was using that shit. Nobody was using that shit. But the first few days, some people were using that shit. I used that yonder pouch for one day. And I never used that shit again. Never. Now, for the first 2 weeks of 9th grade, we were allowed to have our phones out because the yonder pouches were not here yet. But when them yonder pouches were here, that was a tough-ass pill to swallow. So we walk into school the next day, they handing out yonder pouches like it's some fucking candy on Halloween. And you know, I wanted to obey by the rules for at least one day. So I put my phone in the yonder pouch. Your phone is a drug, let me fucking tell you that. Had me over here itching like a crack addict. I needed my fucking phone. And keep in mind, this is Ohio, but this was not a state thing. We didn't have to use yonder pouches as a state. So when I went to my next school, we didn't have yonder pouches. You could have your phone out when you wanted to, as long as you weren't disrupting the teacher. This was only a county thing. But let's back up a couple years. So the reason I want to tell this story is because I just vividly remember this one day, I'm leaving math class with my friend Sanaya. Hi, Sanaya. Hi, boo. Sorry I don't answer your calls. Don't kill me. And we walk into the class. Now, keep in mind, our school, there are brick walls. Let me actually do a demonstration. Okay, so I drew a demonstration because I got some new markers and I wanted to use them. This is the classroom that we were in, okay? So we're walking out this classroom. Keep in mind, there's another classroom right here. We're walking out this classroom. There's another classroom right here. This is the library. These are 2 faculty rooms, okay? These don't matter, okay? So I wrote this because at my school, and I don't know if this is normal because the new school I went to, teachers weren't doing this. Teachers would stand out in the hallway and wait for their students to come into the classroom. So there was teachers at every single classroom just standing, okay? So we walk out. This is a brick wall right here, okay? My friend Sanaya, she wants her phone so damn bad because her phone is in the yonder pouch because she got caught with it. So she had to put it in the yonder pouch or she got suspended. So my friend wanted her phone so damn bad, she starts slamming the yonder pouch against the brick wall. And I mean, boom, 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 slamming that shit. I just remember it so vividly because it was so funny what she did in the end. So she's slamming her yonder pouch. Keep in mind, the teachers are here, but they don't give a fuck. They're talking to each other, worried about themselves. I don't know what the teachers are doing, okay? But they're over here, okay? She's slamming her yonder pouch on a brick wall. And the second that the yonder pouch gets broken and it opens, she grabs her phone, throws the yonder pouch, and runs down the stairs. Where the stairs at? Stairs right here. She runs down the fucking stairs. Point is, you cannot keep students from their phones because they will find a way. Kids are going to find a way to use their damn phones. And keep in mind, if you broke a yonder pouch, you had to pay for that shit. Kids were willing to pay for that shit. One of the kids in my grade, they wanted their phone so damn bad, they was slamming their phone against the side of the brick wall and broke their phone in half. Broke their phone in fucking half because they wanted their phone. Point is, you cannot keep kids from their phones. It is never going to work out in your favor. It never will work out in your favor. It never has worked out in your favor. And you have to accept that.
I'm sending my older kids to school with their phones. I sure am. I'm not going to lie. I am. But if that phone get taken, baby, oh motherfucking well. Because see, you thought this was a safe space. It's not that kind of safe space over here. Because we follow the fucking rules in my goddamn household. The rules have been explained. You're not supposed to use your phone in the fucking class. They give y'all designated times. And middle schoolers can't use their phones at all. I'm not teaching my kids to bend the motherfucking rules. Make the rules apply to them. Baby, the rule is no fucking phones. So if a teacher call me and say they took that phone is just fucking taken. Cause y'all the same motherfucking parents that apply for a job, get hired at the job, they get fired from the job because you want to be on your fucking phone. They've explained the rules and y'all got every excuse in the fucking book. What if it's a goddamn emergency? I need to get in touch with my Y'all say y'all kids are for fucking failure. Teach these goddamn kids to follow the fucking rules. The rules are the fucking rules. They will be fine for a few hours a day without that goddamn phone. I know I sound like somebody goddamn grandma right now, but the phones are the fucking problem. They need to be goddamn learning, not on the fucking phones.
So I have a question for parents and educators also. At what point is it okay to tell your child to break the rules at school? I'll give you guys a situation. So ever since my son started middle school last year, it has always bothered me that I'm not able to reach him during the school day. So the school policy is that you can bring your phone to school, but it has to be often in your book bag because they don't want kids being distracted. My son is very straight-laced. He is a good kid. He follows all the rules. So his phone is off and in his book bag. Of course, with recent events, I told him, listen, I don't care what the rules are. Keep your phone on and in your pocket. Keep it on silent. I don't want you distracting anyone, but I want to be able to reach you. And if there is an emergency, you need to be able to reach me without having to sneak into your book bag, get your phone out, turn it on, and then call me. I don't like that. So he's like, no, that's against the rules. I was like, listen, if they have an issue with it, they can call your mother. Tell them your mother said so, because I don't want to have to worry about my child because I'm unable to reach him. So is it okay for me to tell him to break these rules at school, even though he wants to follow the rules? You know what I mean? But for my own concern, we see the type of environment that we're living in. We see where the world is going. I need to be able to reach my child. I need him to be able to reach me. So I'm encouraging him to break this rule. Do y'all feel that that is appropriate? Or do you feel that because he's going to school, he needs to follow the school rules?
Yes, 100%, absolutely. As a teacher myself, I was so appalled to read some of the horrible takes from other teachers and principals and school staff in these comments, so I'm gonna go through like the top 5 that I saw. First one was all about like, oh, back in the day, we didn't have cell phones and we were fine. No one cares. No one cares what you did back in the day. It's not back in the day anymore. It's irrevocably part of our daily lives at this point. Cell phones are not just useless toys. They are critical, life-altering pieces of technology that we all depend on as a society. And schools and their policies need to get with the times. We are well behind the curve, as we have been with mostly everything. So we need to move ourselves into the modern era and stop fighting the technology battle. Technology is here to stay. It's part of our lives and it's not going anywhere. Just banning it because you don't want to deal with it does not teach students actual valuable real life skills and healthy usage habits. The second one I saw was all about, well, if parents have to talk to their child, they can just call the office. Not only is this incredibly impractical, it's just a complete waste of time and effort. Some schools like mine have thousands of students, and if every parent was calling the office for every little thing they had to tell their kid throughout the day, it would be literal chaos. Not to mention that many parents don't speak the same language as the office, so they might need to directly contact their child because that's the best way they can communicate. Like if a parent, gets called into a later meeting at work and they have to tell their child, hey, take the bus home, I'm not gonna be able to pick you up, or can you get your sibling off the bus, or just any little daily thing that might come up, they need to be able to communicate with their child on the cell phone that they purchased for them, that they pay for. Schools have no right to deny that access between students and parents through their cell phones. Like, students are not our property at school. They still have their own lives, their own families, their own loved ones. We need to be conscious of that. The third one made me the most angry, and that's it's a rule, just follow the rules. And if we don't make the students follow the rules, they become entitled. As a society, we should want children and adults who critically think about the actions that they take and don't just do things because everyone else is doing it. They need to think to themselves, is this rule ethical? Is this rule moral? Does this rule help me? Does this rule harm someone? Does this rule impede on some responsibility that I have? If not, we need to grow and learn and reflect and evolve and do better. That's like how we as a society need to do as well. If something is not working, we need to reflect on it, critically think about it, address it, and make improvements. The fourth one is about, parents just don't care about disrupting class because they have to communicate with their child. Like, how entitled of a comment. Despite what many teachers and school staff may think, your class might not always be the most important pressing thing for every single child at every single moment. They have lives and other responsibilities and other priorities that might take precedence over your lesson for the day. This is why it's so important to teach students about healthy and appropriate usage habits. Instead of just saying banning phones, no phones at all, what I do in my class is kind of modeling what I do as a teacher. My phone is in my pocket on silent all day. If something comes up in my personal life, I can take a quick call or answer a text, but I make sure I'm not disturbing anyone. I make sure all my responsibilities are taken care of. I communicate. If I'm like, hey guys, I need to step out and take a call, there's something that came up. That's exactly what I have my students do. If they have something they need to text their family about, I don't care. If they have to take a call, I just ask them to quietly step to the door and take the call. If I notice a student is falling behind or getting distracted on their work, I talk to them about their work. I ask them how I can help. I don't just say, put your phone away. That level of like self-management and being able to know appropriate times to check it, how to handle an emergency, how to not cause any disturbances or distractions, that's the real useful skill. Because just flat out banning it doesn't teach them anything but how to be sneakier. The fifth one was more geared towards what the original creator was talking about in this video in terms of like horrific tragedies and emergencies that come up at schools. Now, I fully understand the importance of having students being aware and paying attention in the event of an emergency, but it's also not my place as a teacher to tell a child they can't send like a dying message to their loved ones in the event of something awful happening at school. It's also critical that students are able to access emergency services, have that level of communication in the event of those emergencies. One thing that really solidified my position on cell phones in class was actually a TikTok I saw like many years ago. I think it was a Parkland school shooting survivor. I can't remember the TikTok. I've looked for it a million times. But basically this child was talking about her experience in the shooting and her being in the bathroom at the time and hiding in a stall and sending a text to her family saying, if I don't make it, I still love you. And basically the gist of her video, her TikTok was, until you have lived through that, you don't get to tell me when I do or do not get to have my cell phone at school. That is something I fully believe in. Because until our adults and lawmakers are going to do something to make our country safer, I will provide every means of my students to feel safe and comfortable and have access to their family, have access to emergency services as I possibly can.
I'm seeing a lot of people talk about the no phones law that is being passed in some schools. Though it won't apply to me next year because I'm going online for the reasons that I'm about to list. I have some really good topics and I'm sure every kid that has ever gone to public school can relate to me. If you're a parent or a teacher that disagrees with me, I recommend you to watch the full video to the end. And if you still disagree with me, then ask your child, ask your student, have a calm conversation with them and ask them if they agree with me, because 99% of the time they will. If you're still not happy, you're more than welcome to leave a hate comment disagreeing with me, even though that's extremely immature about your age. Start. I wrote a whole essay about this, by the way, so I'm just going to be reading off of it most of the time. The question we should be asking is, why are kids on their phone? They should be learning and they should be engaged in the classroom. With that, I'm going to ask you another question. Why are you seeing me right now? Why are you scrolling through TikTok right now? The answer is probably because you're bored and have nothing better else to do, or just don't want to do anything else that you don't like to do. Whether you like to hear it or not, phones are not the reason students are not engaged or involved in the classroom. The reason is the school system and the teachers. The issue is that we wake up every single day to be 8 hours in an environment that we are supposed to learn, but it's almost impossible for us. Why? Because now we are getting shoved computer in our faces with busy work that wasn't even explained to us, and they expect us to know exactly what the topic is about and fully understand it when the teacher didn't care enough to explain it, but they did care enough to put the grades in. The truth is that teacher wants us to put effort in and actually be engaged in the classroom, but they don't want to do this. Yes, I know that being a teacher is extremely hard, and I could never be a teacher. I genuinely hate kids. At the end of the day, whether you like it or not, it's your job, and you can't half-ass it. As a student, we know when you put effort into the class. We notice when you recycle work from other classes, and we know when you take assignments online because there is literally a logo on the bottom that you can look up and get the answers to the assignments to. Which sometimes we have no options but to look up the answers to assignments with our phones because teachers are not talking to their students anymore, and they are also not teaching you at all. I'm going to give you an example that really happened to me a few years back. I was in my math class and my teacher had given me and the class a worksheet for us to do. However, the teacher had never explained to us what the topic was about and we didn't know how to do it. So we obviously asked the teacher to help us. She said, "This should be things that you have already learned and y'all should know how to do it." At this point, the whole class was begging her to get up from her chair, get off her phone, and actually explain it to us. We were a pretty bad class because she was a bad teacher, and we think that respect goes both ways. So she said that if we all went silent, she will. We found that to be a fair point, so the whole class went silent for 30 minutes. There was only 5 minutes until the bell rang and the school day ended. We were still quiet and our papers were still empty. We finally asked her if she could explain it to us, then she just started crying. I have no idea if it was because she didn't know how to teach it or simply because the whole class was telling her to teach us and do her job. But we all got zeros for that assignment and dropped a lot of grades. A week later, admin was watching our class because she got in deep trouble for being racist towards a student. That was the first and only time she ever got up from her seat and taught us something. When the class ended, me and along multiple other people told the admin in our class that she never was like this and she never actually taught us anything. But of course, they did absolutely nothing. She never got up from her desk to teach us ever again, and later in the year, she got fired, but it wasn't even because of that reason. Don't get me wrong, a lot of teachers are great, like great. And if you're a teacher like that, you have my whole heart. If students actually like you, genuinely love you. But the chances of you getting a teacher like that are so slim, it's sad. Just because computers are being introduced to your class does not mean that students are going to pay attention just because it's an electronic and we're just going to be like, ah, it's a screen. Class last year that the only thing we did was play Cahoots, and that was actually a great teacher and he actually cared about us and cared about our future, but he really just thought that that's how we learned. but we don't learn it with Kahoot. You can have stuff like Kahoot Fridays, where every Friday you give a student a chance to choose if they want to play Kahoot on whatever topic you're learning about, or if they can do makeup work, because a lot of students get really overwhelmed and burned out by the amount of busy work we get that we don't know how to do. You have no idea the amount of times I've cried my eyes out doing homework because I have no idea how to do it. It's because we were never taught how. Since the first day of school is coming up, I want to give you an advice if you're a teacher, and skip those first day of school icebreakers. Everybody hates it. We're not learning anything because we've already known these people for years before this class. And we also have to do it 7 times in a row for the next 8 hours. Instead of doing all those icebreakers on the first day of school, I recommend you to take the time to ask your students how they would like the class to be. See who prefers to do work on computer, see who prefers to do work on paper. I promise you that if you make your class genuinely interesting and you show that you genuinely care for your students and make sure they like you, it will be so much easier for you. Also, don't do stuff to one class that will make them lose all respect for you because it transfers to your other classes. We hear how you are on this period and you're not like this the other period. Believe me, we hear how you are in your other classes. And stop showing us boring videos that we've already seen for the past 3 years of school. Just stop reading what's on the top of the assignment and that's it. Actually explain the topic, explain how to do it, help us how to do it, navigate with us. Don't sit on the phone for the rest of your class while we are stuck doing busy work. Whether you like it or not, we are the future. So at least you can show some effort, respect, and show your own students how you genuinely care about them and their learning environment, and don't make students feel the need to be on their phones to get through a day of school. Because that is the reality. A lot of people cannot get through a day of school. That's how unbearable it is for us. You don't know the amount of times I forgot my phone at home and I couldn't turn back to get it, and I've genuinely cried because I did not have my phone. It's like, how am I going to get through this day of school? So many people are struggling with mental health issues, and just to go to school and make it 10 times worse, it's horrible. I'm really glad that this is finally getting the awareness that it needs, and it's really sad that it needs awareness because something needs to change, and what was working 100 years ago, literally 100 years ago, is not working for us now. Of course, we're in a society where if you're not 21, you have no voice. And I'm sure every single person that has ever gone to public school can agree with me. Honestly, the very little people that actually like going to school, it's not because of the learning aspect, it's because of the social aspect. But of course, I had to trade in my social aspect and go online just because I can't endure that hell that is in there.
There are some schools in this country that take their rules just too fucking far. My brother is 12 years old. He got sent to a high school that is so far away. We have 3 other high schools in our area. Now, I understand that schools have capacity, okay, but that's not the problem. The problem is he has to take a public bus and a school bus to and from school every single day. If a student is found with their phone, even on the bus, it could be turned off, not going off. If they're found with a phone, that phone will be confiscated for 3 days. That is absurd. Children travel, okay? God forbid something happens and they need to contact emergency services. They need to have a phone on them. They're only young. I understand having phones turned off and in lockers during school. I understand that completely. It invites you to socialise with other students and engage more in lesson. I understand that. But to and from school, how can the school have any regulations on telephones on the fucking school bus? Imagine if they forget to tell their parents that they've got something after school. Or imagine if they miss their bus and they're late home. The parents are going to worry. They need to have a fucking phone. I will die on this hill. In this day and age, in this society, in this generation, when so much can happen on a 10-minute walk, you need to have that phone, babe. I'm sorry. Gets me so angry.
Before the bell rings, students at Dunbar High School in Dayton, Ohio, place their phones into these envelopes labeled with their names and grades.
The mornings are just like TSA.
Most Dunbar students have gotten used to the new norm, but some still try to sneak in their cell in a hidden pocket, a bag of chips, a book with a phone-shaped cutout, but this one takes the takeout container. The district leading the charge in a national battle in education to keep phones out of schools, and their mission is spreading like wildfire. Lawmakers in at least 10 states are already introducing or passing bills to ban the devices.
What is going on with the phones in the classroom before this ban went into effect? Constant notifications. What does that do to learning?
It interrupts the whole process. It really does.
If now you have to address it, or you need to have an administrative moment in your classroom that could have all been avoided if it didn't even exist.
Students don't have their phones from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. when school is dismissed. Hear that? It's the sound of students at lunch talking to each other and playing games.
When we were allowed to have our phones, like at lunch, it used to be like really silent and like nobody would talk. So.
Seniors Jayla, DeAndre, and Rayvon, along with freshman Moses, say they understand the reasons for the cell phone ban.
Raise your hand if your parents would say you are addicted to your phones.
That's all she say.
Yeah.
Do you think your mental health is stronger because of this cell phone ban?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean they always liked it.
Like I'm always used to it, having it in my pocket, you know, so for it to be taken away, it's like losing a limb.
You weren't happy in the beginning. Now it's been almost a full school year. Has your perspective changed, and how?
At first, I didn't see like the reason for them taking our phones, but at the time it's passed, I've seen like the benefits from it, or how much of an effect it's had in classrooms and behaviors.
Y'all, I was thinking about it, and my school is banning phones. I know a lot of schools are banning phones, and I was just like, okay, what exactly is gonna stop you from me bringing my phone to school? Because you finna like tackle me at the door? Like I'm confused on how this whole thing is gonna work. Is it like, okay, you can bring your phone to school, but if we see your phone, we're taking it type thing? Because they was already doing that for real. Well, it wasn't really that serious though. Like they wasn't really taking the phone. At my school, I remember my phone was next to my Chromebook. The lady walked in, she asked me for my name, and then she left the room. I was new to the school, so I was like, okay. Whole time she wrote me up. Yeah, she wrote me up. But I just transferred there, so they was like, okay, this is your warning. Like, don't follow the other kids. Just don't have your phone out. I was like, this lady came in the classroom, got my name, and then left. What the frick? Are they gonna have metal detectors at the door? Like, nah, they don't got no money. They don't got no money for that. Anywho, I was just trying to figure out how exactly this is gonna look. Because at the end of the day, me personally, I need my phone. That's just me though.
So this is our first day with the cell phone ban. So I'm gonna tell y'all what my students said about the cell phone ban. Let's get into it. Number one. Student number one said, we can read books. Student number two said, I want to read TikTok comments. Number two. The student said, this is how I feel about the cell phone ban. I'm demonstrating what she did. And the other student said, ooh, she rocking. Number three, check me into phone rehab. Number four, the student told another student to send her TikTok comments to her, and she would print them and bring them to school for her to read. Number five, I was asking the students how was it at breakfast with the cell phone ban. And the students said at breakfast we were just looking at each other, just looking in each other's face. I can see it. Number six, the students said because they couldn't look at their phones that they was just about to start twerking. That they were just about to start twerking. Because they can't look at their phones. Number seven, this required a Google search. So she got on Google and said, I have nomophobia. That means no mobile phone phobia. At least we learned something new today. Number eight, this student said that she would rather smell and burn Miss C's hemorrhoids than to go without her phone. What my hemorrhoids got to do with it, baby? Quickly. And number nine, I had a student tell me that she needs to be in my skin because she ain't got no phone.
Whoever is in charge of the state of law and the Board of Education, she or he must got cheated on, because when I say he is not letting up on y'all ass, they done passed some new laws at the schoolhouses, so y'all better listen carefully. Apparently, if your child feel like he want to eat Cheetos for hot Cheetos for breakfast, Sprite in the other hand, and feel like he want to wake up on that, or she want to wake up on that and go get the girl that she was claiming that was fast and furious and mad and fierce and want to throw them hands, y'all in for a rude awakening. Baby, them people said if your child come up to these schoolhouses and claim that they want to fight, they can fight all day, but you're going to be fighting for your freedom. Yeah, you. Whoever is the legal guardian of the person, of the child that then got to fighting at that schoolhouse, you will be penalized. You are getting charged with battery, trespassing, and what's the other one? Obstruction to a child and an officer, disorderly conduct. It gotta be something in the music. Because I never understood how you could wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and be ready to fight. But it also could be that Sprite as well. Y'all better get y'all kids together. Oh, and no more outside food. They cannot bring JJ's to school no more. And they gotta be clear book bags. Oh, and for the ones that's been complaining about bringing the extra school supplies for the teachers, they said if your child do not show up to school with the supplies that the teachers asked for the list, your child will not be getting taught. He'll be sent home until you send them supplies. Oh, school start tomorrow for some of y'all. Is this on y'all list?
So I've spent 1 week without my smartphone, and I really hate to be the one to tell you this, but it really is those damn phones. In this week, my sleep schedule has naturally reset itself. I go to bed at around 8:30 and I wake up around 3:30 or 4 a.m. Because I'm actually able to feel bored, because I'm not constantly scrolling or numbing myself out, I write. Like the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning after I take the dogs out and I have my coffee is I write for a few hours and then I stop at 10 a.m. and go about my day. And as somebody who's always wanted to be an author, that is incredibly important to me. And speaking of writing, the other thing that I've started doing again is reading. In the last 5 days, I've gone through 3 books. Now, were they terribly long? No, they're about 150 to 200 pages, but still 3 books and writing every day. Like, I forgot how much time during the day you actually had. And it's all made me realize what a dangerous and potent combination my ADHD and autism plus a smartphone actually is. My ADHD creates time blindness, and my autism makes me incredibly sensitive to being overstimulated throughout the day, which means I don't have very many spoons or very many tasks that I can actually complete reasonably throughout my day. The smartphone was overstimulating me to the point where it was taking up a lot of spoons for me. And with the time blindness with ADHD, I didn't realize exactly how much time I was spending on my phone. Now, what I've been using is I've been using this little Samsung Galaxy Folder 2 flip phone that I've had for a little bit. You can see, like, I've decorated it because I'm using it now, but it's been nice because it's one of those stopgaps in between a smartphone and a flip phone. So I can have things like my music on it, but there's a lot of friction with scrolling apps. Like, TikTok and Instagram barely work on this thing. Like, it is not fun to scroll. You have to wait for each video to buffer and to process before you can actually watch it, which makes you more mindful of what you're watching, and it makes it almost impossible to numb out and scroll. But yeah, I've enjoyed this experience so much that I've actually ordered a Japanese cell phone similar to this where I can actually get cell phone reception on it, because sadly with the Folder 2, it doesn't work in the US anymore. It did last year, it does not this year. But yeah, anyway, if y'all have any questions on, you know, what this experience was like and what creating an analog system looks like in 2025, please feel free to ask me. I've been back to using my notebooks, making sure I'm always carrying around a pocket notebook so I can write down thoughts, lists, reminders, directions to and from places and things like that. But to be honest, I'm very happy that my phone got lost in my partner's luggage and they took it with them on their business trip, because I feel very free and understimulated in a way that I have not felt in a long time, and I don't want my phone back. I don't want it anywhere near me. I would actually like to light that phone on fire, because smartphones are cursed. I'm absolutely convinced. And like, I'm unmedicated right now. So the fact that I'm able to accomplish things simply because the smartphone is out of the room without any medication says a lot to how overstimulated and distracted by the dopamine slot machine I actually was. Like, that thing is a horror show. I have no ability to regulate or, you know, self-control myself when it comes to dopamine. So I'm so happy. That thing needs to stay away from me. It can go to hell and it can stay there.
Alright, y'all. Y'all have seen that one. It has been so many perspectives, different people's opinions, and I would love to hear you guys' opinion down in the comment section. I want to see if y'all took y'all kids to school. Is it that hectic? How has it been for you? Like, let me know if you relate to some of these scenarios and all that. So yeah, let me know how it went for you guys, because maybe y'all had a different experience. You know, not everyone has the same experience, because yeah, that's just how life is. So with that being said, like I said, go sub up to Slash by Sandy Live, my vlogging channel. I'm about to go and edit my video, so it's gonna be dropping tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's a chill day to get a vlog, so for sure make sure y'all sub up. So with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and for those who don't know, I have so many other playlists, so many different other topics y'all can go and watch, because I see people constantly just commenting, and I appreciate that. Y'all catching up with videos, you know, new people on my channel. I appreciate that. And by the way, if I forgot to say, guys, see how confused I've been? Like, summer been a little off a little bit. I had a little vacay, but like, y'all, Thank you so much for 40,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for 40K, y'all. Like, I'm so grateful. You guys are amazing. It has been such a journey, and I know we have to keep going on. For those who are always on my channel, I appreciate you guys. I see you guys every video. Like, I literally appreciate that, and I will never stop saying thank you. And so the next goal is 50K and up. Let's see what we can do, y'all. Y'all need to motivate me. Drop down some topics y'all want to see. If y'all want to see part 2, part 3s, because I see other people commenting on different videos and want different parts. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Maybe, yes, motivate me. Give me that. The goal is 50K, so we about to do a bunch of videos before summer ends so that we can achieve that goal. So thank you so much. Make sure you also share this video up, and also don't forget to turn on your post notification bell. That is very important, y'all. Subscribe and then turn on your post notification bell, so every time I drop, like, literally you get to just tap in with the tea. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be seeing you guys in the vlog tomorrow, and on this channel I will be seeing you guys soon, probably next week. Y'all know what's up. Yeah, so with that being said, bye.
Hey Zuma, you taking off?